Hey guys, Sandy here, and I am back with my Secret Not Secret Kit Club kit, and I am about ready to do a background. This is a white sheet of cardstock that I've pulled from my stash. The stencil's also one that I've pulled from my stash, but I'm going to be pulling in some other things from my kit. I'm getting to the end of it. I'm thinking I've got maybe 2 or 3 layouts left, with definitely pulling in items from my stash. It's been a great kit. And let's see what I can do. You ever finish a page and get stupid happy with it? That's how I'm feeling about this page. So what I'm first doing here is just using my Distress inks to ink over. And I started doing this light pink because I thought I was going to go with pinks, and then I decided not to. I ended up using peacock feathers, evergreen bough, and hickory smoke. And then I added just a little bit of picked raspberry at the end. Now I'm going to leave this entire thing where I show you how I'm using my Distress inks on here, because I don't really have like a rhyme or reason to it. I'm just kind of putting it where it looks good. I'm not filling in the little pieces of the stencil fully with the color on every single one, and I'm just kind of making each one blend. And I gotta say, I'm really happy with how this layout turned out. Like I said a few seconds ago, I am stupid happy with this layout. I wasn't even going to scrapbook this layout. I've already done a Mickey Head ice cream layout for our girls' trip to Disney. And I used my 2 girls' photos because they were both portraits. And you could totally see it's a Mickey Head ice cream, and it's perfect. Like, it's the photos are great. Now, they took one of me as well. It is landscape mode. You can't even tell what I'm biting into, and I thought, you know what, it just doesn't go with the other photos, so I'm going to skip this photo entirely, and I'll just throw it in my pile of Disney photos, because I do have a pile of Disney photos that don't make it into my layouts, and my plan is to just pop them into divided page protectors, just like the 6 portrait and 6 landscape ones, and just pop them in and just have like just Disney photos, because I love Disney. So that was just going to go in there. But I decided that I needed to do something with these little popsicles that came in the kit. And I knew I wasn't going to do popsicles. I've done my popsicle layouts already for this year, but I knew I could put Mickey heads on top of the popsicles, and that was my original plan for the layout I did of my daughters. Well, I decided that I would make it happen with this photo of me, and who cares if it's a bad photo and you really can't even tell what I'm doing until the title gets on the page. So, that being all said, scrap those photos of yourself that aren't that great, or scrap the photos that are blurry, or that just aren't perfect, because you might turn out with something you just really love, and I really love this layout. So I just pulled my stencil off, and see the little white border around there. I knew I was going to cut this off, so I turned off the camera, and I went and I washed my stencil off, and I washed my hands, and then now I'm just trimming off these little borders, and I'm putting it on gray cardstock. Again, because I am still out of 12 by 12 black cardstock. Now, I went out the other day and had popped into Hobby Lobby, and they had 50% off all of Paper Studio products. So I got some craft cardstock because that's what they had. They, however, did not have any black cardstock in stock, so I'm just using a dark gray. And I think I'm glad I ended up using a dark gray on this, because I have the gray in my Distress ink, and the Mickey heads are black, and I have it overlapping, so I'm happy with it. Let's just say that the gray is a good choice. And I just run my heat tool over the Distress ink just to make sure, make sure it's really set, and me playing on the top of this with my scrapbooking supplies isn't going to get fingerprints and make it run all over the place. Now I'm thinking that the picked raspberries that I put on top really is looking purpley. So I'm going to pull some of the purple things from the kit because I haven't used a whole bunch of them other than accents, and I'm really going to like bring it out. So I'm just going to figure out what I want to do. And at first I think I'm going to try to tie a little bow around one of the Mickey heads, and I decide not to. It just doesn't go for me. Like, I think it's a cute idea, and I could totally see myself doing this with maybe a bigger Mickey head ice cream with a bite out of it. So that might be an idea I do for our next Disney trip, because there will be a next Disney trip. There already has been a next Disney trip, and I always do a layout of us eating Mickey head ice creams. It's a tradition. One day we decide to do it. We all decide to get Mickey head ice creams. It doesn't matter if you want a different dessert. There is one time on our trip where we all get a Mickey head ice cream. And now I'm just playing around with placement, and I gotta say, I love my background. Like, it's really simple. It's just distress ink through a stencil, but guys, I'm in love with it. I do pull out this small doily, and that did come in my kit. And I decide that I'm going to try using this Martha Stewart glitter craft paint that came in my kit, just to see what I can do, because I've been inking them up, and now I'm just seeing if I can actually get it to work on my doily. And it does, and I'm happy with it. And it just gives an ever so slight tinge of purple to the doily, but it also gives that great purple glitter all the way around it. And I just used a paper towel here. Like, I could have grabbed a piece of paper, I could have grabbed my craft mat, I could have grabbed my art palette, but do I? Do I do any of that? No, I do not. I go the quick and easy way. And I just make sure to coat it all over, because I'm not exactly sure how much of my doily I'm going to have sticking out from behind the photo right now. So I'm just coating it all, and then I'm going to grab my heat tool and I'm going to heat it up just a little bit. And then I got to get that glitter, a little bit of that glitter that came through. And I'm just going to heat it up to warm it up and get the wet stickiness off of it. Alright, so I get that done, and then I decide that, alright, this doily's got to go over here, and I'm like, yes, I've got some sparkle on the left top part of the photo, and now I've got some sparkle on the right bottom part of the photo, and now I just need to figure out some things. What am I going to map this photo on? And I decided vellum, and while I was in my vellum drawer, I saw this very curly Q purple vellum, and if you missed it, I was showing you that the vellum is from 2001, so it is some old vellum, and I have a couple sheets of it, and I just decided to map my photo right on this. You read more of the purple and less of the curly Q while it's on this layout, and that makes me happy. Do you guys remember when curly Qs were everywhere? Like, it was the coolest thing ever to use that Curls MT font on your scrapbook layouts, and everything was curly Qs, and I think I even like hand stitched a curly Q in a layout years and years ago, so kind of crazy. It was just kind of crazy. Now I decided to put my little Mickey heads down, and I decided to put the teal stick over on the left and the more orangey stick over on the right. And that is really the only place where that color is on the layout, and I'm okay with that. Like, it's a stick on an ice cream, so I'm totally okay with it. And these Mickey heads I cut out with my Cricut. And now I am just adding some things from the kit. Like, this little arrow came from the kit, and that's from Life is Beautiful puffy stickers from Fancy Pants. And I'm trying to figure out if I want to bring in these photo corners, because they're the gray color and it matches pretty well, but it's just a matter of, do I want them on this layout? And ultimately I decide I don't. it just doesn't work for me. But I do decide that I'm going to finally use this teal bow puffy sticker. I've tried it out on a few layouts and I don't do it until now. And then I have this little bag that some of the embellishments came in from the kit, and that's going to go under there. And it ends up under the photo, but you can barely see it. And then this is when I realized I actually did not have any adhesive on the back of that doily. So I put that little piece of the bag underneath of the photo, and it's just an ever so slight tiny little layer. Like, you can barely see it. If you're looking at the page and you're just taking a quick glance, you probably won't go, oh, look at that cool layer behind the photo. But it's there. Now, this is a purple sticker from A Beautiful Mess, and it says "No Way" on it. And I almost left it on there just because of the backstory of the photo, but I decided not to, just because I really wanted the story to be about this actual moment in time and not the moment that I scrapbooked it. And really there isn't even a story. It's "and now ice cream." And I end up with a sticker that says "completely awesome." But really, that's all the story you need to know for this photo, is that it was time for ice cream and it was completely awesome. Like, not every photo or not every layout has an epic story behind it. Sometimes it's just, this was a fun moment and here's a picture of it. And that's what this one is. So I'm sitting here, I am completely happy with myself. I love my background. I think it looks great. I love how the colors blend it through the various parts of the little circles, and I am just digging it. Like, I am mad happy with this layout. But I decide that it needs a little bit of extra something over here by the doily. It needs a little bit of height there. And while I don't want to cover up way too much of this background, because I've told you guys 6 million times how much I love it, I do feel like there needs to be a little something. So I grabbed this tag that came from the kit, and I just put a little bit of ink around the white just to soften it a little bit. And then I throw on this purple and white baker's twine that also came in the kit. So even though the papers I used did not come in the kit, most of the embellishments did. And I always find it to be a successful kit if I can use part of it and then I end up still using it and pulling items from my stash. I never want to have a kit that goes with absolutely nothing I have in my stash, because that means it's not really my thing or my style, and that's no fun. So I grabbed these October Afternoon Mini Market stickers, and I decide to make ice cream in all capitals because, hello, it's Mickey Head ice cream. It's almost the best ice cream in the world. So there we go. And then I pull out some Provograph stickers, and these are old too. And I looked, but there wasn't a date on them. And I just used that to put the word "and." And they are clear stickers. And they're just a little bit of a different font, and they fit right into the N and the O in that little space right there, and that makes me ridiculously happy. And now I'm just trying to figure out, am I finished? Do I want to add a little something? And I figure I should add just a little something. So the first thing I do is, what am I doing over here? Why am I messing with this twine? I don't know why I was messing with the twine, but I do pull off the two little puffy clouds from the sticker sheet. And I really like how this cloud kind of hugs that curve of that purple square on the tag, but I'm not loving this other cloud. Like, the shape of it isn't really making me happy. So I end up putting back the original cloud by the tag, and I decide to turn this other cloud upside down because I'm not too pleased with, like, the top puffy part of it, and just have it stick out from underneath the doily a little bit. And that makes me happy because now I've used some more of these puffy stickers and they're a good color match for my layout. And now I'm just deciding if I want to put these large enamel sparkly things from Glitter Girl, the Glitter Girl collection by Chamel, and I decide yes, I want to put them on my page. So I pop them on my page, and I know I'm going to need some smaller bits because these are just big honking glitter dots and I need something else. So I go to my stash and I pull out these little pearls. These are little like self-adhesive flat back pearls, and I pull out the teeny ones and pop them down, and then I go back to my stash and I pull out these teal doodlebug sprinkles, which are basically glitter enamel dots, and I put them on the page too. And then that's going to finish my layout, and like I said, I'm completely happy with this one. I love this one. If you like it too, give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment if you want to talk, and hit subscribe if you haven't already. I'll catch you guys next time.